efficient entry. This is a fatherly entry.
Let me please be seated. Thank you very much. Let me most sincerely thank the Almighty God that made it possible for all of us to be here today. I thank our vice presidential candidate, the chairman of the party, and the leadership of the party, and members of this wonderful family. I sincerely apologize that I might have come here a little bit late. It was not deliberate. It was because of the circumstances I found. Please, I will plead that you allow me so that you can listen to me. So, for me, I thank all of you, wonderful people. As I've always said, and you maintain that, and that you are not running for president. You are running for president through us. Our job is to take the power from those who have it and give it back to you. When he was speaking, I have nothing to add except to re-emphasize what he said. When he was speaking, he did say what I've always said. We have a country called Nigeria, but we don't have Nigerians. What we want to do is to create Nigerians. And the only way to create Nigerians is that we must make people to have hope in Nigeria, and the only way to have faith in Nigeria, and the only way to have faith in Nigeria is that there's hope in Nigeria. You're not asking for too much. This is a great country. God created this country, gave it everything that can make a country great. The only thing that is lacking is a simple thing called leadership. And that is what we intend to provide. We're not trying to do something else. That is what Daddy and I want to provide. Leadership. And he's told you, we're not looking for anything. He doesn't want to be vice president of Nigeria, I can tell you. If there's anybody who is reluctant to be vice president of Nigeria, he is one. But I asked him, can you look at your children and ask yourself, which society do you want them to live in the future? If you cannot build that future, who will build it for them? Nobody. Are they going to be with them anarchy? No. That is why we decided to get involved. And I assure you, and I want you to take note, like I always said, don't think that with the will of the Almighty God I will succeed. Let none of you, I say it every day when I have opportunity, don't think that once you succeed, your job has stopped. That is when you begin your job. Because beyond 2023, we will no longer allow drivers that don't know where we are going. another driver. We will not allow him to continue. He will go down and we'll put another driver to continue. Because what we have now and what is happening in Nigeria is that you don't know where you're going. The driver doesn't know where the vehicle is going. So every road leads us there. But we don't want to worry. All we say is 2023 onwards, we will no longer allow that situation. For now, we will manage it to the end. And I'll give you an example why I say so. On 2 occasions, we have a country where 100 million people live in poverty. Where we have 33% unemployment. By the time you match it with underemployment, because when we talk about unemployment, these are people who don't have a job. If you look at the underemployment, you're talking about 60%. The number of people that are supposed to be working in Nigeria, being a country in quote of 200 million people, is supposed to be 120 million. 60% of your population are supposed to be productive. But as I speak to you, only about 47 million Nigerians are working. So 73 million Nigerians are not doing anything. We live in a country where over 15 million of our young people are out of school. Today, the global average for tertiary institution intake is 38%. In the Western world, it's over 50%. In Nigeria, it is 9%. Not even up to a quarter of the global average, and yet they are not in school. They cannot continue. And what people tell you, we live in a country where 200 million people exist only on 4,000 megawatts of electricity. And I tell you how bad it is. The second biggest country in this continent of Africa is South Africa. They generate as much as 50,000 megawatts of electricity. And just last week, the president of South Africa declared emergency on energy, on power generation, and said every citizen can generate up to 100 megawatts of electricity without license. They declared emergency. They already generate 50,000. They declared emergency, and people who are generating only 4,000, no emergency. Just list, Egypt is number 3. Egypt generates about over 50,000 megawatts of electricity. And when you ask, people will say, we have no money. We've been doing and practicing democracy for the past 24 years. Next year it will be 24 years. Within this period, governments at all levels in Nigeria have borrowed over 225 trillion naira. Let me use just 200 trillion naira. 200 trillion naira, because some were borrowed when money was 100, 150, 190, 200. So since it's about 600 now, I use an average of 400. That means, that means that if you divide 200 trillion with 400, it will give you approximately $500 billion. If you do that, if you use $500 billion today, 1/5 of it, 1/5, 20% of $500 billion is 100 billion naira. $100 billion. Tony Elumelu Foundation said, and you can go and verify, I'm not a part of Tony Elumelu Foundation. Tony Elumelu Foundation said that for every $5 million they give to, for every $5 million they give to entrepreneur, after 1 year, that entrepreneur creates 10 jobs. 10. That means if we are taking just 20% of the money we borrowed over the past 20 years, $100 billion, and shared it to 20 million entrepreneurs, it will be $5,000 each. And if they had created half the job Tony Elumelu said, it will be 5 times 20 million, it will be 100 million, there won't be unemployment in Nigeria. And we are using only 20%, we are using only 20% of the money. Now, again, we are generating 4,000 megawatts of electricity. For just 5% of the amount I mentioned as loan, 5%, we've used 20 to create job. 5% of it would have been $25 billion. $25 billion would have increased our power generation, transmission, distribution from 4,000 to at least 20,000 megawatts. If we have 20,000 megawatts of electricity today, we'll move our manufacturing from under 7% to above 12%, creating at least 5 million new jobs. The list is endless. We are not campaigning yet. We will tell the story when we start campaigning. But I'm just telling you how bad things are. When we say we are going to move Nigeria from consumption to production, they said, yeah, Nigeria is not a producing country. Nigeria is one of the most talented, energetic youths on the surface of the earth. These youths, you see them every day, arresting for one thing or the other. If they are properly supported, they will change this world. When I say we are not a producing nation, they argue. They will even say the figures I use are wrong. But let me tell you, so you go and verify. I said last year, late last month, I made a statement which you see them using every day when I said that Nigeria total export is less than $30 billion. You see where they are writing that is wrong. It is not wrong. Go to MBS, Nigerian Bureau of Statistics, released last year. Total export of Nigeria is 18.9 trillion. As at the date I made that statement, dollar was selling for about 650 naira. Go and divide 650 with 18.9, you give 29 point something billion dollars. Go and verify it. I'm not saying I'm not wrong or right here. Wherever I'm wrong, I've apologized. But I'm saying, in all my statements, in everything I've said, on all my statements and speeches, if you put all of them together, I have 90%. And if you score, that is a professor. If you score 90%, why are they looking for 10%? When I say we are not when we say we are a consuming nation and we must change it, I'll take you back to what I said about export. Yesterday, I had an interview, and somebody said to me, "So what do you think about Borno State? What do you think about Borno State?" That things are difficult in Borno State. I said, let me tell you. Borno State is a state situated on 70,900 square kilometers of land. Borno State, I told him, Borno State, today, we're talking about Sambisa Forest. Sambisa Forest is an asset to Nigeria. Because Sambisa Forest is twice the size of Israel. It is an agricultural land that can give us food. I said, that if you go all over the north, Nigeria is blessed. We have all the land we need. Look at Nigeria being affected by war in Ukraine because they don't have grain. When we have all the land that is uncultivated in the north, we should replace Ukraine with grain. We are waiting to share the money from oil. How much do we generate from oil? Our total export as a country, like I said in 2021, is $30 billion, including oil. We live in a country of 923,000 square kilometers. 1 million square kilometers. You compare it with Vietnam, living on 331,000 square kilometers of land. And 100 million people, we are 200 million, their export is $312 billion. We couldn't do 10% of their export. And what did they export? They exported clothing. Their clothing export is $32 billion, more than we exported including oil, clothing. They exported footwear. So all that he wants to do is very simple. To say to people in Niger, I met the governor of Taraba on Sunday, and I repeated what I told him. I met the governor of Niger on Saturday, and I said, Governor, you live on 76.3 thousand square kilometers of land. Governor, I said, Governor, that is 2.5 times. If you minus water, that is 2.5 times the country called Netherlands. That is what Niger State is. I said, Governor, you can't feed yourself. You can't feed the country. Netherlands last year, total food agricultural export is $120 billion. So if Niger State, with 2.5 times their size, had just done 1% of what they did in export, it will be $1.2 billion multiplied by 600, $720 billion, 5 times the budget of Niger State. We cannot continue to live like this. We have a country. Our position is simple. All me and that he wants to do is to move this country from consumption to production. Thank you and God bless you.